My name is James Anderson. I'm president of Copper Creek Gold Corp, and I'd like to take a few minutes to describe to you our Santa Lucia gold and silver project in Sonora, Mexico. Copper Creek is an emerging junior exploration company. Our shares trade on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol CPV. We have a corporate philosophy to drill high-impact gold and silver targets where drilling success will mean substantial rewards for our shareholders. We have properties near Eskay Creek in northern British Columbia, in central BC, near Richfield Ventures' spectacular Blackwater project, but today I want to focus on our Mexican asset, the Santa Lucia project in Sonora, Mexico. This is a slide for legal purposes concerning our forward-looking statements. We are earning a 60% interest in Santa Lucia from Kootenay Gold Limited. We have to spend $2 million on exploration and make some modest cash and share payments over a 4-year period. Here you can see where we're situated in Mexico. We're about 200 kilometers southeast of the city of Hermosillo, which has a population of about 800,000 people. We're about 70 kilometers directly east of the city of Ciudad Obregón. That 70 kilometers from Obregón is on paved highway, and the highway cuts right through our claim block. Here you can see Santa Lucia surrounded by numerous mines of the Sierra Madre gold and silver belt. All the necessary infrastructure, including power, fuel, road access, and the availability of experienced mining labor, are readily available in the region. Here's a list of some of the very best mines in the Sierra Madre region, run by some of the very best gold and silver mining companies in the world. This is the prize. This is what we're trying to find. If we're successful, Copper Creek shareholders will be very handsomely rewarded. This is how our claim block looked at approximately April 15th. You can see the highway that runs right through our claims, and you can see the little town of Rosario Tesapaco, population 5,000, where we can source most supplies and local labor. Subsequently, we have staked additional claims to make contiguous all of the claims that you see here in yellow. It makes a claim block that's approximately 20 kilometers long and about 14,000 hectares. Here you can see our main area of interest. It's a 4-kilometer long zone of gold and silver values. It was first explored in a modern context by Cominco Limited in the 1980s and 1990s. The numbers you see here are rock samples in grams per ton. Gold numbers are on the left, silver numbers are on the right. Here you can see an up-close look at the northern section of the property that we call the La Fortuna zone. You can see some of the selective high-grade samples that can occasionally be seen on this property. You can also see the little black and white squares which represent old artisanal mining pits. In these old pits you can see the high-grade quartz veins that the old-timers would have been following 60 or 80 years ago. You can also see a couple of old Cominco drill holes, SL10 and SL11, which quite obviously are too far east to have intercepted the important mineralization on this part of the property. This was an area that we focused on during our trenching program, which we recently completed in February and March. Here you have a sketch of the first 4 trenches we completed this season. The purpose of the trenching program was to establish the exact strike and dip of the quartz veins so that when we go to drill this target, we'll have the very best chance possible to intercept the quartz veins at depth. Here's a really good close-up look at one of our trenches. You can see the highly silicified rock over on your left, and there's a great shot of Christian Whitehead, who runs most of our exploration programs in the field. Here's a shot of the excavator that we used for the trenches. This slide shows our Mexican crew. Whenever possible, Copper Creek likes to hire local laborers. It's a great way to build support for the project in the local community. This slide shows one of the gold-bearing quartz veins. In this picture, you can see the red hematite staining, which often accompanies quartz veins and stockworks at Santa Lucia. This slide gets a little bit more technical. In 1995 and 1996, Cominco Limited performed 2 separate geophysical surveys on the property, an IP survey and a CSAMT survey. They used 2 different tools, but were looking for the same thing, areas of high resistivity, which would correspond on the ground to areas of high silicification. The important thing to note here, and with the next few slides as well, is that the resistivity anomalies, which correspond to the silicified areas where the quartz veins are, can be seen for this same 4-kilometer strike length on the property. Moreover, this anomalous 4-kilometer long target is deeper than any past drilling on the property. Here you can see line 1 of Cominco's 1995 IP survey. The anomalous area has higher numbers and is shaded in pencil. Here's line 2 of the survey. The anomalous area is even more distinct, and you can see one of Cominco's 1996 drill holes way off to the east didn't have a chance to intercept that target. This is line 2 of Cominco's CSAMT survey. You'll notice a number of shallow drill holes above the main blue anomaly. These holes are almost all less than 100 meters in length, but all of them have anomalous gold values. With the proposed deeper drill hole that you see, we hope to more effectively penetrate that geophysical target. CSAMT survey line number 3. This is fully 1 kilometer further south of the last slide you just saw. Very, very similar circumstances. Short drill holes with anomalous values up top, and our proposed drill hole going much deeper in order to penetrate that resistive anomaly. Commenting on the geophysics, in his March 2011 43101 report, Robert Cuffney states, "The resistive body is interpreted to represent a zone of silicification produced by intense quartz veining and stockwork development. The silicified zone may correspond to the boiling zone of the system, where most of the precious metals would have been precipitated. Gold and silver grades in low sulfidation epithermal systems can increase dramatically at the boiling zone, suggesting that the low-grade mineralization encountered in shallow drill holes may overlie high-grade mineralization." In 1996, Caminco's chief geophysicist recommended 7 drill holes into this target. Not one of these holes was ever drilled. Our other projects include the Bonsai property, located just 6 kilometers from the world-famous Eskay Creek mine, and we own 100% of 4 different properties located near Richfield Ventures' dramatic new Blackwater gold deposit. We have a small board of directors to maintain a streamlined decision-making process. We have a wealth of geological experience on our advisory board. And this is how our corporate structure looked as of April 1st, 2011. Thank you again very much for taking the time to watch our Santa Lucia video. Please feel free to contact us with any questions or comments that you might have, and please feel free to join us as shareholders in order to enjoy the excitement of gold and silver discovery.